Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vittaram. Okay, very good. We will go to Sutra 46. And we'll just read it. Kastarati, kastarati, mayam, yahasangam tyajati, yo mahanubhavam sevate, nirmamo bhavati. So in this section, chapter 4, section 1, Narada is asking this question, Kastarati, who crosses Maya? Kastarati means who crosses Maya. And last week we saw what Maya is, right? Maya is this illusion. It's this illusion. It's a Shakti. So first it's a Shakti. It's a power of Ishvara. And it's an illusion because it cannot stand on its own. And Maya is something that appears but can be negated. So it's called Nistattva, because although it appears, it cannot stand on its own legs. It depends on Brahman or existence. And this Maya we saw can be, it has two powers, Avarna and Vikshepa. Avarna is the veiling power of Maya, which veils the difference between the seer and the seen, and veils the difference between the world and Brahman. So because of Maya, we're unable to see that there's actually a seer, a pure awareness amidst all of this. And because of Maya, we're unable to see that the substratum of the world is Brahman. At the same time, the projecting power of Maya, what we call Vikshepa Shakti, projects the whole names and forms. So what happens to seekers is we get lost in Maya. We get lost in Maya. We get lost in all of the names and forms that we forget the substance underneath them. It's like getting lost in the gold bracelet and earring and ring and forgetting that there's gold. So we get lost in the world, forgetting that God is the underlying substance of it. Crossing Maya means we're able to see through the world. We're able to see that all of these things are just appearing, but that pure Bhagavan, that pure awareness is the actual substance. That's what it means to cross Maya. And the one who crosses Maya, of course, rejoices. And the one who crosses Maya is an enlightened being, what we call a Jivan Mukta, the one who crosses Maya. So who crosses this Maya? So the first, now here in this section, Narada gives us 12 pointers of the person who is able to cross Maya. Who's the first? Yaha Sangam Tyajati. Yaha, the one who Tyajati is able to let go of Sangam, attachment. So some people might say, oh, this Maya is a problem. This Maya is a problem. All these objects and beings and situations are a problem. It's not a problem. It's our attachment to them, how we perceive them. That's a problem. It's very funny. In Vairagya Shatakam, there's one verse that says, we love objects so much. We want them by our side so much, but the objects have no feeling for us. we pamper them, we care for them, we want them, and if we lose them, we're so afraid, we're so restless, but the object doesn't feel anything. How crazy we are to feel so much for an inert thing that doesn't feel anything for us. At least if it loves us back, there's some kind of explanation, but no. So this fascination for the world of objects is very, very mysterious. The second is the fascination or the attachment to people. Sangha. Sangha means attachment to people. And sometimes when we get attached to people, what happens? It blinds us. This you will have to remember for life, this formula. A, B, C, D. Attachment blinds us from clearly doing our dharma. A is for attachment. B is for it blinds us. C, from clearly D, doing our dharma. First we will look at examples of those who have failed because of attachment. Then we will look at those who have progressed because of detachment. So first classic case is Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dhritarashtra, the king, he had his son Duryodhana. And his son Duryodhana, who belonged to the Kauravas, was so jealous of the Pandavas. And even if the rightful king should be Yudhishthira, even if they succeeded in all 13 years of being away in Vanvas, they were away in the forest, and now they should be able to rightfully take their kingdom, Duryodhana would not give it. Duryodhana would not give it. And Dhritarashtra, his father, knew he was wrong. He knew his son was wrong, but he's blinded because that's his son. He's afraid to lose his son. What will he do if he goes against his son? His son might, leave him. And therefore, because of Dhritarashtra's attachment to Duryodhana, he's unable to fulfill all of his duties. All of his duties. Number one, he is the uncle of the Pandavas. So first of all, he should look after their welfare. And this dice game should have never taken place. He should have stopped everything. So he failed in that. He did not protect Draupadi, his daughter-in-law, when she was harassed there in the sabha, in the hall. He failed in that. He did not protect his whole kingdom. He's in charge of the whole kingdom, and he's responsible to make sure that there is a righteous heir to the kingdom. But because of his favoritism, his partiality to his son Duryodhana, he fails in that duty. He fails his duty also to his son. Because he's being partial to his son, because he is just blinding himself to his son's faults, the son cannot grow out of it. He's sinking. He's sinking in his own misery. So imagine what attachment to a person can do. It can even make it worse for the person that we're attached to, because they're unable to grow out of it. So this attachment means that I see this other person as my source of joy. And therefore, I depend on this person. And therefore, I want to do anything and everything to keep this person. And therefore, I'm willing to do even what's wrong so that this person stays with me. And therefore, I perform adharma, an unrighteous act. And then I feel guilty and I'm in sorrow. And this is shown by Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra's condition was so bad that he couldn't even sleep. He couldn't even sleep. And he told his minister, Vidura, I can't sleep. And his condition was so bad that even if he was being advised again and again what to do, he still did not do it. So this attachment can really blind us. One who is attached cannot cross Maya. Attachment doesn't mean that I should not have any companionship. Not at all. We should have family, we should have companionship, we should have friends. All of that is completely okay. But be independent and stay steadfast in dharma. How do we see this? Now we've seen Dhritarashtra, how Dhritarashtra sinks in adharma. Who rises? Who is this who's able to let go of attachment? You will see two beautiful examples of this. One is Sita Devi in Ramayana. Now, this is a very beautiful example because, in Ramayana, from Mahabharata, we move to Ramayana. So Ramayana, now, Sri Rama has to go to the forest for 14 years. Now, that was his dharma. He had to leave. But Sita didn't have to leave. She didn't have to go. She just got married. She just got married and she's a princess. Imagine how much, she would have lived in luxury and everything. She's a princess. She just got married. In fact, her in-laws said, you stay in the palace. You please stay in the palace. And, you don't need to go with Sri Rama. Sita Devi didn't even think. She said, Rama's going to the forest, I'm going to the forest. That's it. And people tried to convince her. Her in-laws tried to convince her, please stay, please stay. She said, no, I will go. And she was in 1 second, she was willing to let go of everything. All the possessions, all her jewelry, all the people who came with her, everything, the whole palace she was willing to let go of. So this is what you call detachment. So here I'll show you her dialogue from Ramcharitmanas so you can feel now what she's kind of referring to, right? So this is her response. This is her response. She says, Jiya binu deha nadi binu bari. So just as the body is without a soul and the river is without water, te siyanata purusha binu nari. Like that, a lord is without a woman, without her husband. Natha sakala sukha sata tumhare. And she said, in your company, Sri Rama, I will be very, very happy. Sarada bimala bidu badanu nihare. You are like a moon on a cloudless night. And she says, khagam mriga parijana. So Sita Devi came with people, maid servants and everything to help her. She said, in the forest, birds and beasts, these will be my family, my relatives. Nagaru Banu, the city, this Ayodhya, this will be forest for me. The forest will be a city for me. Balakala Bimala Dukula. And she says, I'm willing to also wear the barks of trees. She didn't have to, imagine she was dressed as a princess. She didn't have to let go of all of that. But she said, no, I want to also wear the barks of trees. Nata Sata Sura Sadhana Sama. She said that the company of my Lord will be as comfortable as the abode of gods. Parana Sala Sukha Mula. And, she's willing to be in a hut of leaves. So this is Sita. Just in one second, she didn't even think, no second thought. She said, I am going with Rama and I am leaving all of this behind. And that's that. Now, just if we had to leave our homes, how many times would we think? What will I pack? Where will this go? Where will this be? How is everything going to be like? How many times will we think? She didn't think. She just left. That's called Sangam Tyajati. Second example is Lakshmana. Lakshmana also, the brother of Sri Rama, we all know. He also, he heard that Sri Rama is leaving. He said, I'm also going to go. And Sri Rama tried to convince him, don't go, don't come with me, you stay back. He said, no, I am coming. And we'll see, how he responds. He's willing to let go of everything. He says, Jahal lagi jagata saneha sagai. He says, whatever ties of affection there are, priti pratiti nigama nijugai, that are there in the Vedas, more sabe eka tuma swami. They're all centered in you. Dina bandhu ura antar jami. You are the friend of the afflicted. You are the knower of the innermost hearts of all. So this is, Lakshmanji's response and Sita Devi's response, that when they knew Sri Rama is leaving, that's it. They're able to let go. Now, there is one person that we don't hear so much about in Ramayana. That's because she's not mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana or in Tulasi Ramayana, but she's mentioned in other Ramayans. This is Urmila, the wife of Lakshmanji. What happened to Lakshmanji? Now he also got married and he had to leave his wife. So his wife was thinking, I'll also get to go with Lakshman, I'll also get to go with him. But Lakshmanji said, no, you cannot come with me because I am going there to serve Rama and Sita. And I have to be fully focused on that. He said, you please stay here and please take care of all of the parents. Then she said, okay, she stuck to her duty now. She has to be apart from her husband. So one goes with her husband, one has to be apart from her husband. This dharma is very gambhira, very deep. For everybody has a different kind of dharma. Then, what happens is, when Lakshman goes to the forest, he doesn't sleep for 14 years. He doesn't sleep. So Nidra Devi came to him and said, you cannot do this. You cannot just keep staying awake. You'll have to sleep. And he said, I cannot sleep because I have to watch Sri Rama and Sita Devi. I have to stay on watch. So Nidra Devata, the Devata of sleep, said, what do I do? Somebody has to sleep. So he said, you please go ask my wife, Urmila. Please ask her to sleep for me. And so Nidra Devi, or Devata, went to Urmila and told Urmila, Lakshman's wife, that now somebody has to sleep for Lakshman because he's up for 14 years. Someone has to sleep. She said, no problem. I'll sleep. Now, this is another sacrifice. Urmila's sacrifice. If somebody said you have to sleep for 14 years, we would be like, wait a second, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to do so many things. I can't sleep for 14 years, right? She also doesn't think. She's thinking, now my husband has to stay awake to take care of Rama and Sita. So I'll sleep for 14 years. That was her sacrifice. She sleeps for 14 years. And it's said that it's only because, Ravana's son, Indrajit, he was very powerful. And the only one who could defeat him is the one who did not sleep. And that was Lakshman. And because of Urmila's sacrifice and Lakshmanji staying awake, Indrajit got defeated. And because he got defeated, then they had a chance of winning the war. So underneath all of this lies a lot of sacrifice. A lot of sacrifice from people being able to let go of everything for the sake of Dharma. And that's how deep their love is. So incredibly deep that we can't even comprehend. And in one version of Ramayana, it says that the day that Ramji, that was getting coronated, he came back to Ayodhya. So Sita Devi came back. He was going to be coronated. Then Nitra Devta came to Lakshmanji and said, over. And he started feeling sleepy. So that Lakshmanji, that day when his brother was getting coronated, he had to go sleep. So Urmila woke up and she was there for the coronation. So this is Sangam Tyajati. This is Sangam Tyajati. Sacrifice. How are people able to let go of all of this? Yo Mahanubhavam Sevate. That is the next point. Yo Mahanubhavam Sevate. Because they are one who serves great masters. We're only able to let go of the lower when we are serving the higher. That and all of them were serving Bhagavan Rama. All of them were serving Sri Rama in some way. All of them were serving the Dharma. All of them were serving a higher ideal. And because they were serving that ideal, that Bhagavan, that Dharma, they were able to let go. The beauty of serving our great masters is that when we serve other people, when we get in touch with other people, there's a tendency that they will always keep us with them. Okay, you stay with me. You can do this, you can do this, you can do that. Okay, you stay with me. And so like when you work for a company, you're able to do this. They said, okay, very good. You can do this. Now do this and do this and do this and do this. And you're there with them, right? But when we serve great masters, what happens is, it is true. We serve them and then they say, okay, take this up, take this up, take this up, take that up. But underlying all of that, what are they trying to do? They're trying to build us in such a way that we're able to be absolutely independent of them. And that's the difference. That's the difference. When we serve great masters, they push us above and beyond our capacity, and they make sure that by the end of it, we are independent of them. And we can live with our own convictions there. That is very beautiful. So they themselves put that. They themselves make sure that that condition is there. That's not it's unlike any other place. Any other place will just keep reeling us in, keep reeling us in, keep reeling us in, and not wanting us to become independent. But a great master does. He wants us to be free, truly. Because they want us to go above and beyond even where they are. And that's what makes them so great, is that they want us to go further, as far as we can. No limits. Now, that was the second one who's able to cross Maya. So it's not easy to cross Maya, as we're seeing. The third one, Nirmamo Bhavati, the one who doesn't have my-ness. What happens with this my-ness? My son, my daughter, my husband, my wife. This word my is very crazy, because when you add it to a sentence, it makes us feel so much more pain or so much more joy. Let us say somebody says, house is on fire. Okay, no problem. My house is on fire. Oh, a whole realm of emotions will come. Parent is sick. Parent is sick. My parent is sick. A whole package. Spouse lost their job. My spouse lost their job. So with that one word, my, you get everything, all the range of emotions. So the one who can cross Maya is able to understand that I don't own anything. I don't own anything. I don't own a house. Even if we say house owner, we write car owner. We are all just caretakers. We don't own this body or this mind or this place or this computer or this book. We don't own any person. We are just caretakers. We are just caretakers. And the shift from owner to caretaker will give one a lot of peace. A lot of peace, because if it's mine, we feel like we have to control it, we have to make it in a certain way, we have to protect it, we have to do all kinds of things to it. But when we shift from this is mine to I'm a caretaker, then what happens is everything is in Bhagavan's care. Not that I won't do anything, I'll do my best, but everything is in Bhagavan's care. Let Bhagavan take care. This letting go of something that's mine now is very beautifully seen in Sumitra. We are coming back to Ramayana. What happens with Sumitra? What happens with Sumitra is Lakshman has to go ask permission from his mother. He says, now I have to go to the forest. Now imagine you're a parent, a father, a mother. Your child comes to you and says, I have to go away for 14 years. Your child at the prime of his youth comes to you, says, I need to go. How would we respond? How would we respond? Now see how Sumitra responds. Very, very beautiful response she gives. Of course, it's not easy, but she also lives up to her dharma and lets go of her mindness. So, Dhiraju Dareyu Kuavasara Jani. So she sees that the time is, something is wrong with the time, the aura, all of it just doesn't seem right. Sahaja Surida Boli Mridu Bani. But she picks herself up, she picks herself up and she says these words to Lakshmana. Tata. Tata means son. Tumhari matu baidehi. She tells Lakshman that I'm not your mother. Sita is your mother. Pita Ramu Saba Bhati Sanehi. And Rama is your father, the one who loves you in every way. Avadat Taha Jaha Rama Nivasu. And this city, Ayodhya, is not Ayodhya. Ayodhya is where Sri Rama lives. Tahai Divasu Jaha Bhanu Prakasu. Just like day is where sunlight is, Ayodhya is where Rama is. Jo pe siya Ramu bana jahi. If Sita and Rama are really going to the forest, Avada tumhara kaju kachu nahi. She says, you have no business then being here with me. If they're going to the forest, you have no business being here with me. Just see what kind of mother she is. She says, Tuma kahu bana saba bhati supasu. She tells him, you will be happy in the forest. Why? Sanga pitu matu ramu siya jasu. Because you have Sri Rama, you have Sita Devi with you. Jehina Ramu bana lahehi kalesu. And she says, make sure that Rama is put to no hardship. Sutta soi karehu yehi padesu. And this is my upadesha. This is my teaching to you. So, in this way, she's able to completely just let go of mindness. No ownership whatsoever. So these are beautiful examples of those who can cross Maya. So what have we seen? The one who's able to let go of attachment to objects and people right? The next one is the one who serves great masters, because obviously to let go of something lower, we have to take up something higher. And the one who's able to get rid of mindness. Okay, so put a pause here.